Your forecast first from KARK4.
Quiet night across Arkansas right now, but tomorrow we are going to look for a disturbance coming out of western Kansas to produce showers and thunderstorms. Some of those could have damaging winds, and then a lot of rain, and I mean a lot of rain with a lot of storminess coming in from the west. Get ready. We have a very active 7-day forecast. Your forecast first for Little Rock. Looking for cloudy skies for your Wednesday. 60% chance of showers and thunderstorms between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. Some damaging winds possible. We'll see high temperatures around 70. KARK4 News at 10 starts now.
Now, from the station you count on for local news that matters, this is KARK4 News.
We are following several breaking news stories at this hour all across central Arkansas. First up, a Hot Springs police officer we understand has been shot.
And Little Rock police are working a homicide investigation. In Hot Springs, though, both an officer and suspect has been shot. As we said, it happened near Kenwood and Marion. No word on the officer's condition.
That's a story we continue to follow literally minute by minute this evening. In Little Rock now, one person in critical condition after a shooting on Woodford Drive. And a suspicious death on South Brown, now ruled a homicide there. We've got team coverage for you this evening. Haley Brooks is in Little Rock at the shooting there on Woodford.
And Claire Kreitz is on scene tonight in Hot Springs. We'll start with Claire. What more can you tell us, Claire?
Well, we're still waiting to hear from Hot Springs PD. What we do know is that an officer was shot and a suspect were shot tonight, and they have been taken to the hospital. Again, no word yet on how they're doing. We are still at the police department waiting to hear from Corporal Joey Williams. We do know that the Arkansas State Police has taken over the investigation, and again, one officer and one suspect were shot tonight. Again, no word on how they're doing just yet, but we should hear from police pretty soon, and we will keep you updated as we learn more. Back to you guys.
Claire, real quick, is there anything coming from the police department as far as safety for the neighborhood where this happened? Any general concerns for the public?
We do know there is no threat to the public right now. I did speak to Corporal Williams a little bit earlier tonight as we were heading this way, and he said there is no threat to the public, no need to worry. But again, we are still waiting to hear what exactly happened tonight.
All right, Claire, keep us posted.
Thanks, Claire. More breaking news tonight, and this time out of Little Rock, where police say a man is in critical condition after being shot. This happened in the 9300 block of Woodford Drive. Haley Brooks is on scene there tonight. Haley?
Bob, Ashley, Little Rock police are still out here working a scene. Now, minutes ago, they started cleaning up, but you can still see that the area is roped off. Now, there was more than a dozen yellow tags out here, and I was told that most of them were shell casings. We also did see Little Rock police pull a gun out of the garbage right over here. Now, police tell me that that an 18-year-old is currently in the hospital in serious condition being treated for a gunshot wound. Police say the bullet went in his side and came out the other side. Now, as far as what happened, that's still up in the air. I'm told the two groups were out here on this street shooting at each other. Police say there was a lot of gunfire exchange, which we could have seen with the tags that were just recently picked up. LRPD says now there are 3 or 4 people being interviewed about what happened tonight. But again, it's unclear how many people were really involved. But as always, we'll keep you updated as we learn more information. For now, reporting live in Little Rock, I'm Haley Brooks. Back to you.
All right, Haley, thank you very much. And more breaking news. Staying in Little Rock, a suspicious death investigation from this afternoon has now been ruled a homicide. The discovery was made on South Brown Street around 1 o'clock this afternoon. Police were doing a welfare check at the home there when they found the man's body. And we're also told that some things seemed quite off right from the get-go, like the front door being open. The man's identity has not been released just yet. No word on any suspect information. KARK4 News, of course, working to learn more on both of these breaking news situations. You can follow us online for the very latest, on air, of course, and at KARK.com.
Moving now to the coronavirus crisis. State health officials tell us there are no confirmed cases of the virus in Arkansas. So far, 12 tests of the virus have come back negative. And right now, we want to pause for a moment and hear from Hot Springs Corporal Joey Williams, who's going to give us an update on the shooting that happened tonight in Hot Springs.
Press release.
I appreciate that. And we will get back to that in just a moment. But as the concerns about coronavirus spread across the country, here in Little Rock, there are city officials already taking precautions if it spreads here in the state. Tonight, the city announced its new coronavirus task force. Claire Kreitz has more.
Well, good afternoon.
Little Rock Mayor Frank Scott Jr. takes the podium to lay out the city's plan as concern mounts about the spread of the coronavirus to the state of Arkansas.
We are here to protect our safety and productivity of working staff for the city of Little Rock, as well as our economy.
Taking a proactive approach,
we want to continue to over-communicate and demonstrate our over-preparedness for the city of Little Rock.
Scott announced the creation of a task force made up of healthcare officials from UAMS, CHI St. Vincent, and the Arkansas Department of Health, to name a few.
The way that we prevent and protect ourselves is through a number of public policies that will be discussed by this task force with input from lots of experts.
While they discuss precautions for the city,
in the meantime, every single individual can protect themselves.
Healthcare providers list some tips for the public, like avoid physical contact.
That means no shaking hands, hugging, and that kind of thing if possible.
Also, try and stay away from doorknobs, rails, and other surfaces that could hold germs.
And remembering that when you do so, to pull out your gel if you have some and use it, or find a bathroom.
City and healthcare officials say it's important to practice these steps now.
We do not have community spread in the state. To be honest, we expect that we will at some point.
Because if and when the coronavirus hits Arkansas, they hope to slow down the spread and keep the city functioning as normal as possible.
We want to ensure that we maintain a vibrant economy. We will maintain all great tourism and attraction that we've always continued to aspire to have here in this great city.
And they also announced an online approach to screening if you have symptoms or believe you've come into contact with COVID-19.
Now we want to head back out to Hot Springs, where we're expected to get an update on the officer's condition in this shooting that happened earlier today. We know that one suspect apparently was also shot along with the officer. We're still waiting one on the officer's condition, also the condition of the suspect, and also the circumstances around this this shooting. Not sure what the officer was doing. Let's go ahead and listen to Joey Williams.
EYWILLIAMS, Public Information Officer. I'm going to make a brief statement on the officer-involved shooting this evening. We will not be taking any questions, and more information will come out as it progresses. At approximately 6:30 p.m. this evening, Officer Brent Scrimshire of the Hot Springs Police Department conducted a traffic stop in the 100 block of Kenwood Street. During that traffic stop, Officer Scrimshire was shot in the line of duty. Unfortunately, Officer Scrimshire has passed away due to his injuries. The suspect was also shot in the encounter and has been transported to a local hospital. The investigation has been turned over to the Arkansas State Police in the interest of transparency. At this point, we just ask for the community's thoughts and prayers with Officer Scrimshire and his family here at the Hot Springs Police Department. At this point, we're not releasing the suspect's information or condition. And that's all I have.
Joey,
thank you.
How long was Officer Scrimshire in this force?
About 6 years, a little over 6 years.
Family?
Pardon me?
What's his family?
I'm not going to get into that right now. We'll probably address that tomorrow. We probably do it more in-depth press release, but at this point, that's all we're going to make a statement on at this time. I just really ask that everybody keep his family in your prayers. This is going to be a very trying time for everybody. Thank you.
Well, they're the worst possible news coming out of this officer-involved shooting this evening. You understand that Hot Springs Police Officer Brett Scrimshire was shot and killed in the line of duty this evening.
That's right. Officer Scrimshire is a 6-year veteran of the Hot Springs Police Force, and as you can tell, the emotion there is heavy tonight, as not only his family is mourning, but the whole law enforcement community and his brothers in blue there in Hot Springs.
You can see how choked up they are. So it's a situation that is still evolving. Of course, the police releasing the worst possible news tonight. The situation around the shooting, what led up to the officer meeting up with the suspect, that's all going to come out in the coming days. So it is one of those things that unfortunate to report this evening. Hot Springs police officer loses his life in the line of duty.
We'll be right back.
Meteorologist Hayden Nix. Weekends on KARK4 News.
Bill and Jody from Window World, spring has sprung. It's time to clean your windows.
But wait, don't clean your windows. Let us put some new ones in for you.
Easy access, easy to clean.
Give us a call today.